Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Nerdpocalypse Podcast. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
And Terrence.
What's up?
All right, guys, we got plenty to talk about, so we're going to get right into it. Checked out this week. I finally got a chance to watch Blink twice. I enjoyed it. I liked it. It feels, sort of reiterate what both of you said previously, it's a good start for Zoe Kravitz as a director. It's got some issues, but I liked it. I really liked the cast, and I liked the sort of the style of the movie. She definitely likes Jordan Peele's style. That is very obvious to me, because she sort of apes a couple of things that he does, which is okay. I mean, whatever. But it feels like and I'm not saying this as a like a one-to-one quality comparison, but it feels like she's trying to make Get Out for women, which I think is probably a decent narrative comparison. But I enjoyed it. The ending left me a little. I was kind of like, what? Like, I was confused. Like, I had to go back a little bit, and then I read the Wikipedia because I was like, what are we? How is that working? Like, I was a little confused by the ending, and like perhaps maybe I just like missed something. But yeah, I mean, it gets incredibly violent by the end, which I thought was well deserved. Like, I was happy with that. I was like, niggas gotta die.
Look, the movie's been out for a while. Okay, I've talked about it one week. Terrence has talked about it another week.
All right,
Jay is talking about it now. I think it's time we can talk about the movie without like having a do-si-do around the fucking plot, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Sure.
And if you don't want to hear, just skip.
Just
because
skip.
I'm going to talk about another movie that I'm probably going to spoil. Because I don't think either you niggas going to watch the original. Maybe the remake. But
Nope, too scary. Don't think so.
it's not a horror movie. Like,
Yeah, okay.
The first one. No, it's not a horror movie. They're like,
According to you. All right.
yeah,
You don't have.
You don't have nigga to be like, nothing scares me anymore.
Yeah.
movie wise, I'll still be afraid of the dark a little bit. I ain't gonna lie.
You got to check under the bed when you come home. Like,
I saw a meme on fucking Facebook where like you used to watch what was that, Unsolved Mysteries?
nah, fuck
and
that.
that music starts playing, and they had like this little fucking the shadow peeking into the doorway as the music is playing. I'm like, yo, the first thing you did wrong was have your door open. Like you never leave your door open with the lights out in the hallway. The fuck's wrong?
No, I never sleep. I never sleep with my bedroom door open. I don't give a fuck. Nah, yo. I need at least some plywood in between me and a bad situation. Yo. Like, come on, yo. I gotta hear the door open and some level of reacting. Nah, yo. You can't just walk the fuck in. Get out of here. Nah, I don't like that. It makes me very uncomfortable.
Yeah. Imagine your kid doing it in the middle of the night. Like, what the fuck?
Yo.
Like, no, yo.
I don't want to wake up with my daughter like staring me in the face. I'll fucking lose my mind. Like, don't do that.
Talking about mommy, like what the fuck, yo? Like this is some scary ass shit. Yo.
Yeah. I've seen Poltergeist. I don't. No thanks. Kids at night are terrifying. Yeah. So look, all right. So not to, as you said, do-si-do around the plot. Basically, the whole point of the story is these women they go off on this private island with Elon Musk, and I'm sorry, is that not who you're supposed to be? And they go to this private island.
Of Elon Musk and what's that guy that killed himself but didn't?
Epstein.
Basically,
Epstein Island. They're like the. They wanted to call it Rape Island, my nigga.
Yeah, wasn't the working title for the movie was Pussy Island, I believe.
Yeah, Pussy Island. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, okay. That's crazy.
That's certainly a title you could have gone with. And so her and this woman and her friend, they go off to this island. They get invited, and they go to this island, and they're just like partying, like drinking and doing a bunch of drugs or whatever, and they're just having a great time with this, big time CEO and all of his other like big time friends. And it just kind of does that. Oh, they just like day after day, they're just doing this, like drinking and partying all day, having this great food, blah, blah, blah. And it's all great. And she's flirting with Channing Tatum's character, the sort of Elon Musk, Jeffrey Epstein type character. But they never kind of hook up, but there's always a sort of sexual tension with them and everything else. and she meets these other women who are also on the island because they've come with other people and stuff like that. And then as things go progressively get creepier and creepier and creepier, you come to find out that these women are being drugged and they're basically being abused and raped every night, but this drug makes them forget. And so they don't realize all of these horrendous things are happening to them until they do. And then they exact their revenge. Which was pretty great. Christian Slater definitely deserved everything he got.
Yeah.
That one woman was just like, if y'all are my girls, and if anybody, y'all are my friends, and if anything ever happened to any of y'all, man, I would fucking kill for y'all. And then when she realized, I was licking my chops, I was rubbing my hands together, like, yeah.
She was climbing trees and shit. She was ready. She was ready the whole movie. So yeah, look, I liked it, but like the whole idea, like I didn't mind the idea of the perfume was sort of laced with something and that was causing them to forget and stuff like that. I didn't mind that. I didn't mind the snake bite venom being the thing that actually broke, like them being exposed to that is what caused them to actually forget. I actually thought that was kind of clever in that the old woman was actually trying to get them to take it so that they would remember, which, like the weird sort of inhabitants of the island who work there were kind of like the two black characters in Get Out who were like working at the house, like the guy who's running and the maid, right? Like they're kind of trapped in this sort of situation. So it was sort of similar to that, except they were innocent too, but in sort of a different way. But then like the mind control thing at the end, that was the part I was like, did I miss something? Like maybe that was kind of glossed over quickly, how she was controlling him. Like I saw what she was using, but I didn't remember that they were using something to actually control them as much as they were just like forgetting. But I mean, it was introduced, but I felt like it was kind of a thing that was so lightly touched on that when it was shown in the end, like it lost like a level of impact for me. Like that was my biggest issue with the ending.
I think the biggest issue, and Terrence touched on it last week, is the MacGuffin, the perfume, right?
Right.
Like, what does it do? Like, what does it do, and how long does it do it? Right? Like, and how long does it take to activate? Right? Like, every morning these girls, they put the perfume on because it smells nice or whatever, and it's like a slow burn, right? But she kind of gives it to Channing Tatum's character, and
is it
he
like within like 30 seconds, he's like, "What the fuck?
What is happening to me?" Right?
Yeah, he just forgot everything, and I'm like, okay, so if you're doing that, and now she saves his life at the end, and now she controls his company, right? And is she dosing him every morning?
Right. Yeah.
How long does it last? Is it like permanent unless you take because she was on the island prior. In the very beginning, you realize she's got a fucking scar on her face. So she was there before. That was part of the movie. But like, she doesn't remember. So I'm assuming like if you take it once, you just forget everything. Right.
Yeah. And like to what point in time? Right. Like it's really, that's a good point. Like, you don't forget that you went to high school, right? Like you remember your friends and everything.
Like,
right. You're Slater King, right? Like this fucking mogul or whatever, right? So it's a little shaky. I get it, but that's not like the point of the movie, right? Like the point
you can just kind of yada 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 over that.
Yeah, because like because the point of the movie is like, these people do terrible things. They give these half-ass non-apologies, and we just forget, right? Like we forgive them, right? Or not even forgive. Like the whole thing about the movie is that like there is no real forgiving. Just forget about it. Forget about it. Forget about it, right? Like this is what
I'll forgive you, but I won't forget. But
like this is the Diddy shit, yo. Like this is the Diddy shit.
Yeah.
Quite literally. Like this movie came out at the right fucking time.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, I don't really think a lot of people have seen it, but I think people should, right? Because again, it's not a perfect movie, which is I hate that kind of review. That's dumb. But it has its issues, but I do think it has a lot to say, and I think that's the most important part of it. But I will give Channing Tatum a lot of credit. Like I thought he was very good. I thought everyone was actually very good in it. But that scene where he's like, I'm sorry, and he just keeps doing it. Yo, that was like, I was like, all right, yo, you're putting in good, really good work in that scene. Cause it's like, I'm being like, look at me, I'm telling you this thing, to I'm being disingenuous. I'm being an asshole. I'm a prick. Fuck you. And it was all by saying the same thing. And you can like watch his personality change as he just repeats this line. I was like, damn, that was actually really, really well done. Like, cause I mean, when you write that down, it's just like, be a dick about it. Right. And he's just like, and he nailed it.
Like these words don't mean anything. Right.
Yeah,
like anybody can just say, he did it. I mean, he came on after he fucking kicked that woman while she was on the ground. He was like, I was fucked up, man. I was fucked up and I'm sorry. And this is like, he did it.
He went out on his back deck, knocked that shit out in 4 seconds, and went right back into the house.
He fucking said he didn't do it before he fucking got caught. So you don't give a fuck.
And he did it, and he went rogue to do it, right? Because he had that mentality of, let me just film this fast ass apology to shut these motherfuckers up so we could forget about this because I got an album coming out or some shit.
Exactly.
Like that's why he did it. His people didn't tell him to do that.
No, that's not a PR statement, yo. Like that the PR statement, he would have looked polished, he would have looked like, hey guys, like, nah, yo, he was just like, what were they talking about on social media? Like, get my phone up there, like, put it on a tripod, and
let me hurry up and do this shit. Like, this shit.
I got a party tonight. Like, he don't give a
right. This movie is incredibly prescient, and it is. The movie's really good, man. Like, I wish more people. I wish this would have gotten the love that Get Out got. Because it's the same type of movie, just, about a different marginalized group. And now, look, I do have a question. One of the guys was obviously gay, right?
The young guy that got the black eye?
Yeah, I couldn't tell if he was being victimized because at first I thought he was being victimized.
He was, yeah.
But then
he couldn't remember, right?
He couldn't remember either. Yeah,
he couldn't remember. But then towards the end, Channing Tatum was saying something like, he was talking to Channing Tatum, and Channing Tatum says something like, well, you didn't do anything about it, so what does that make you?
Yeah,
right?
So to me, one, I think he was being victimized, right? But I also think I thought he represented the guys who are just like, right, because Channing Tatum and all the other scumbag guys like Christian Slater, Haley Joel Osment, who was making like a pretty good comeback, by the way. Like he's been in a couple of things. Yeah, I was like, okay, all right, I see you. Like, I saw him do like a clip.
You got a little JD Vance look going on.
He played JD
Vance on Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, like he was like, "This is hi, I'm JD Vance, and I do know how to order a donut." And then he turns to the woman. He's like, "How long have you been working here?" Okay, it was actually pretty good. So like all of those guys were real scumbag pieces of shit, and I think it's obvious who they represent, right? Like they just represent abusive men in society. The young guy, I think, represents not only a man who gets abused, right? Because that's very much a thing. Again, the Diddy thing is happening literally right now. But I think he represents that. But I also think he represents this idea of guys who speak out against those things and say, hey, those things are wrong, but they don't do anything when they know somebody else is doing some dirty shit, right? They're the guys who be like, well, that's none of my business. I'm not doing it, but I'm not going to say anything. And that's why he was like, you didn't do anything to hurt them, but you didn't do anything to help them either. It's like, so fuck you. Like you're irrelevant. Like you're a fence setter, basically. Like that. I think that's what he kind of represented. And then I forget the woman's name, but who was like his secretary.
Let's call her Ghislaine Maxwell. Let's call her that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It was his mom. It was his mother.
Was it that supposed to be his mom?
Yeah, that was his mom.
Okay. To me, she represented like internalized misogyny, right? Like when she's freed, she's like, fuck you. Like forgetting is a gift. Like she gets mad at the women because now she remembers and she can think about all the horrible shit that's happened to her. So she ends up attacking these women.
Yeah.
So I thought she was like just internalized misogyny. But yeah, it was it's good. I mean, I guess for me, like some of the themes, like they hit like a fucking sledgehammer. But then I remember like we're not dumb. So like a lot of people would just be like, yo, that island was crazy, dog. Like that's all they would get out of it. But I like, to me, it felt like it was hitting with a sledgehammer. And I read some reviews and that was kind of what some sort of professionals had said. But I'm like, at the same time, sometimes you have to use a sledgehammer, dude, because a lot of people don't get it. Like, so I don't necessarily hold it as a negative.
Some of the countries about to vote for Trump. I'm gonna
Right.
keep saying
Yeah, yo, like
look, never forget that 50% of the country is of average intelligence or lower. Okay. Most of those people are lower than average. So, and I mean, that's redundant. Terrence just said they're voting for Trump. So, that's fine. But, yeah, a lot of people they don't pick up on those things. They really don't. So yeah, sometimes you got to use a fucking sledgehammer. I'm surprised as many people understood Get Out as they did, if I'm being honest. So I think it's mostly because black people had to explain it to them. So, so yeah, no, I like Blink Twice. I look forward to seeing what else she does. I really do. So, Terrence.
How actors are like doing. They're not necessarily like original movies, but like, you know, they're not doing sequels and shit like that, and they're usually putting out some of the best shit as far as like dramas and shit like that. And then the like stunt coordinators are putting out amazing action movies.
Yeah,
go figure, right? Like,
look, you got to go with people who know the shit for real, right? They're not just spending their time behind the camera, but they've actually been in front of it. Or the stunt work guys, like they're in the action, like they're doing all of the actual detail shit. You watched Terrence. You watched The Wild Robot. I'm very interested to hear your thoughts because I watched it. It looks fucking phenomenal.
Like I ain't know nothing about this movie until last Thursday. Didn't know anything about it. It's the number one movie. It's the number one movie right now. It beats Beetlejuice, I think, for the number one spot this week, something like that. Mm-hmm. This is a very good movie. Like you two would really love it. It's about
better than Inside Out. Like people are saying, like,
wow,
I've seen Inside Out too.
Better than Inside Out, man.
I like it more than Inside Out too. Honestly, I do.
Okay,
and that's not recency bias. It's about this robot that lands on this.
They both came out in the last 6 months.
Yeah, I mean, no, like I saw Inside Out like 2 months ago, and I just saw this a couple of days ago. You know how that is. Yeah, but it's about this robot that lands on this island, and it's a robot where it's kind of like a maid. Like you give it a task, and it does whatever it has to do to complete the task. And like it says, rate this. Did I complete the task to your satisfaction? Rate me from 1 to 10 or whatever. And something happens. I'm not going to explain how it happens, but she has to take care of this gosling. And from then on, it becomes just her trying to, you know, raise this kid. And shenanigans ensue. I don't want to give too much of it away because I actually do want you guys to watch it. I recommended Puss in Boots 2 years ago. I don't think either one of you niggas watched that either.
No, not with that title. I'm not. I'm kidding.
This movie has the same art style as Puss in Boots. It's a little bit more refined. This is a very good movie. Like, it's about like the family that you. Like, it's about the family that you. It's not like the family you were born with, but like the family you create for yourself.
Sure.
It's about being a parent. Yeah, found family. It's about being a parent, doing whatever it takes to raise your children. Y'all niggas are gonna cry.
Oh, 100. Look, I watched the trailer and I was 100%.
Like, both of you niggas are gonna cry because it's like about motherhood. It's really fucking good, man. It looks good. It's so far to me, it's the best animated movie that came out this year. I don't know if there's any more left for this year. I'm sure there are. It's good. Like, I don't want to give too much away. The cast is crazy. Lupita Nyong'o, Pedro Pascal, who was basically unrecognizable voice-wise. And they're not. I know Micah loves voice actors. they're doing like amazing work in this movie. Like Lupita Nyong'o is amazing in this movie. She's playing
She's
a
the
robot.
Yeah,
she plays the robot, but she also has to like, as the movie goes on, like recognize that she's kind of building up feelings, but she's a robot. So she does that really good. Pedro Pascal, I didn't know it was him until I saw it. And I didn't know. I just didn't know because it doesn't sound like him at all. Kit Connor is playing the kid, the Gosling. Catherine O'Hara's in it. Bill Nye, Stephanie Sue, Mark Hamill is in it. He's unrecognizable. Like I would challenge you to figure out who he's playing in the movie when you watch it.
The fact that he's unrecognizable is wild because he has a specific style.
He has a very especially as he gets older, he has a very everything is his Joker voice.
Joker and Skeletor.
You won't know who the fuck he played. You will have no idea who he plays unless you look it up. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, Joker and Skeletor they're pretty much exactly the same. So
and Ving Rhames is in it. You will know exactly who Ving Rhames plays because
you can't cover
it. But like, it's very
talking about Arby's and shit.
Like, I don't know how emotional your significant others get during movies, but like,
oh no,
that whole fucking family gonna be fucking crying. Like for real, I almost cried. Almost, I ain't no bitch. But
see, heartless. Right? Heartless.
No, I ain't gonna lie. I got a little misty eye because it's very good, man. It's like. Again, I didn't know shit about it till like 5 days ago.
I had not heard of this movie at all. And then you were like, "Yo, have you seen this movie?" And then like 2 or 3 other people had said the same thing to me, like within the same day. I was like, "What the fuck?"
It's good. Well deserved praise. It's very good.
All right, I'm curious. You didn't mention it. What did you think of Inside Out 2?
Oh, Inside Out 2 is very good. I like Inside. I haven't seen the first one. I really liked Inside Out 2 as well. Do I need to watch the first one?
I mean, people say
the first one would be better.
I don't think the first one is better. But I think the first one is very good as well. It just like you're following the same kid. Like in the first one, her and her parents move from like Minnesota or whatever to San Francisco, and like that's the sort of the impetus for all of like what is going on with her, and then that's where you meet all of the like the basic emotions. And, they're adding more emotions as she gets older, which makes sense. Like when you're a little kid, your emotions are very basic. Right?
As a teenager, you start wilding.
Right, exactly. So
I mean, I could follow a plot based on
like
teenager. I'm not dumb.
You got it. That's inside her head. I understand, right? I just thought just quickly about that movie, the scene that they do where she's having the panic attack.
Yeah, and the ice rink.
That was a beautifully done scene. Like to show the internal and external, like how they represented inside her mind is just fucking incredible. It was really brilliant.
I can't remember which emotion was just bugging out. Which one was it? It was the one that took over. Anxiety was just fucking like the Tasmanian devil in her head. Yeah, in that scene. Yeah, it was dope. I like that.
Yeah, I was like when we watched it in theaters, I was like. Because the scope of that scene is huge, right? Like, she is having this panic attack, and then inside her mind is like this huge event that's sort of been building over the course of the movie. I was like, holy shit! Like that was really creative. Like I think that was one of the most impressive things I've seen in both of those movies, actually. But yeah, Wild Robot. Okay, I will I'll keep an eye out for it. All right, and then you watched Speak No Evil, the original and the remake.
Well, I saw the original last year when it came out. They did exactly what I thought they were going to do. It's almost a shot-for-shot remake for the first hour. Then they completely changed the ending for the remake because it's an American movie. They had to.
Is the ending horrific?
I'm gonna tell you. Look again. If y'all niggas don't want to know the ending to the original one,
okay.
Spoil it.
So wait. The original is from 2022. This is the Danish film. Yes. That's the original, Danish. And then the new one. Okay, got it.
The new one is the American remake. So in the original movie, basically the movie is about these two couples.
Okay. This is the James McAvoy one. Got it. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. There's two couples. This couple invites this one couple from like England to their house, and they don't want to be mean. Like this Danish couple are just like way too fucking nice, right? And they're like I see Michael shaking his head already. Like, this movie will piss y'all both off. Y'all be like, yo, y'all some dickheads. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Do something.
Don't go to people's house.
And don't go to people's house. That's the moral of the story. They go to the guys' houses, and like as the movie progresses, the other couple just gets progressively more like aggressive, weird, and fucked up, and they start doing things like the wife is a vegetarian or pescatarian, so she only eats fish. They make her eat meat, and then
I saw that. I saw that in the trailer, and I was like, I'm already offended.
That's also in both movies. Yeah. Yeah, it's just fucked up. And then it gets worse and worse. And then all of a sudden they figure out what the hell this family is doing. Like, apparently they have this weird ring where they kidnap kids.
Right? Okay, hold on. We're doing spoilers. Total spoilers.
Oh, yeah, we're doing spoilers. So, like, you can skip 5 minutes or whatever. They kidnap children. And then the movie's called Speaking of Evil because they cut their tongues out. They cut the kids' tongues out.
Oh. Yeah. I put that together with the kid not talking.
Again, they shouldn't have put that in the fucking trailer. The trailer I didn't know anything about the original movie. I just watched it and I was like, holy shit, this is crazy. So they cut the kids' tongues out, and then they like raise the kid as their own. The kid can't say shit. And then they kill the parents after they like steal their money. So in the original, they go through all of this and like the shit happens. And at the end of the movie, they have this scene in the remake also. The guy asks, is like, hey, what's going on? Like, why are you guys doing this to us? And the guy goes, because you let us. Super fucked up. Like, you let us do it. So the end of the original movie, they capture them and they're in a car, and then they take the child, they take the couple's child, the girl, and they cut her tongue out, right? And they take the kid. And they take the parents, they drive them to a quarry, strip them, make them go into the quarry, and then they stone them to death. And that's the end of the fucking movie. That's the end of the movie.
So they just won? Yeah, that's definitely a European. Yeah,
they were like, well, we won. And then they go off into the sunset with the girl. They kill the other kid. And then
that ain't gonna fly in this country. Fuck out of here. White American family getting stoned to death by some foreigners, like that shit.
They literally stoned them to death in a wide shot. It's crazy. And I was like, Jesus Christ, man. All right, this is a foreign film. Okay. So I was like, there's no way in hell that they're going to do that in the fucking remake. And they did not. The remake is just your basic American ending. Like, they figure out what happens and they escape. And they kind of do a riff on the original one. Like, the kid that had their tongue cut out in the beginning, the boy, he ends up like smashing the father's head in with a brick at the end. And that's the cathartic ending for the original.
Wait. Okay, hold on a second. Let's go back to the Danish one.
Uh-huh.
They cut the daughter's tongue. They kill the other because they have two kids, right? They kill the one kid.
No. Well, the boy, they have already done whatever they're going to do to him, and they end up killing that kid, I believe, if I remember correctly. And they take the girl. The girl is the other.
How old is she?
Maybe like 10.
Okay, they cut your tongue out, but like, she can write shit down. Like, these niggas are not my parents. Like I'm confused.
Yeah, I guess.
It would make sense if they were
your kid and your parents aren't there anymore, right? Like, you're not thinking about that. I'll give them
at 10. At 10,
yeah, at 10, yes.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I ain't got no kids.
Nah,
kids
yo.
10 yet. I don't know.
Like, you think it was 44-year-old?
No, I'm saying, but I'm saying, like, if the kid was like 3 or 4, that would make sense. At 10, you can write shit down.
Like, my daughter, write shit down.
My daughter can write her name.
And you know what else can happen to you? You can get your hand cut off from the psychopaths that cut your tongue out.
Yeah, I mean,
that's like, they're crazy. They're fucking nuts. You're probably terrified of these.
How many kids have they done this to?
A bunch, because like they find this room and there's like pictures of all of these families they've done it to in the past. So yeah,
and then they just kill those kids eventually too. Like, when they if they start to learn to write, these niggas are not my kill a kid. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's the ending of the. Yeah, it's wild. It's fucking crazy. But this remake, they get away because of course they got away. And I'm like, there's no way. Again, I told you when I saw that trailer, I was like, there's no way in hell.
Nah, you can never do. You can't do that movie in the United States. Americans,
it was nuts.
Americans,
two people
not go well.
Butt naked in the quarry being stoned to death. I'm like, it's kind of dark.
It's kind of dark, is it? Jesus.
And then they just drove off, and then they went to the same place that they picked this one.
This ending is stupid. I'm reading the ending to the remake. Nah, yo. Nah,
it's cool.
I mean, but that's the thing is like if you're looking for quality horror shit, like Europe is the place for you, or Asia, because America you're always gonna get that like bullshit ending. That's a wild fucking ending. Jesus Christ!
It's not correct.
How are you? All right, this ending's making me mad. Yeah,
I'm like,
this ending's making me mad. Oh, he holds her at gunpoint, but somehow, spoiler alert, ketamine is involved and all that. Like, get out of here, yo.
All this other ancillary bullshit. Like, no, I want to see these people get stoned to this because you kind of deserved it. Because you should have got the fuck out of there when you. And they had a Tesla in the remake. I'm like, all right, whatever.
Like,
I kind of deserve it.
Okay, so
y'all motherfuckers didn't deserve it. Like, but y'all did.
Did they have the same dialogue of like, why are you doing this? And they were like, because you let us. Did they say
in the remake? Mm-hmm. He says in the remake.
Well, there's your lesson
again.
Folks.
White people are too trusting. Now, white people see this is why this is a white movie, because you could not have a Black American family like, all right, I know you're a pescatarian, but try this meat. No.
Like,
but do it. Like I saw that scene in the trailer, and I got angry for the fictional husband.
You would throw the fucking remote.
I'd be like, yo, get the fuck away from my wife, yo. What was it, like Scoot McNairy? I'm like, yo, come on, Scoot. Like, yo, have some balls, yo. Like, come on now. Like, you're not just gonna make my wife eat food she don't want to eat, and I'm just gonna stand there and be like, I hope the turkey's good. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Nah, there's no black husband who's just gonna allow you to just put a piece of chicken in his wife's mouth if she don't eat it. Like, come on.
There's a scene when the kid is eating, their daughter is eating, and like the other wife of the crazy family wife is sitting there like eat with your mouth closed, do this, do that, do this. It's like
to the other woman's kid.
To the other woman's kid, and she's like, "Yo, what the shut? Yo, don't talk to my kid like that." And then the father is like, well, I mean, should you?
Nah.
Nope. If there needs to be an after credit scene of this remake where the two of them are getting a fucking divorce.
They were about to get a divorce because she cheated on him.
I wonder why.
She's dumb and disloyal. Yeah, she's dumb and disloyal. Get out of here, man.
Yeah, no, she was in the remake. The wife was like, "Yo, what the fuck is wrong with you, dog? Now we got to get out of here." And he kept going like, I don't know. They're being really nice to us. When in the original, they were kind of both like that. Like the wife was like, "No, there's something's wrong," and then the kid finds out like, "Look, we got to get the fuck out."
You ain't gonna hear me. You ain't gonna hear me come up on this on any of our shows and say this too often. But like, if I was a white man, I'd be pissed at this movie. Like, I'm mad for white men. Just the description of what Scoot McNairy is doing in this movie. If I was a white man, I'd be fucking furious. Like, don't worry about DEI and black people being in movies and shit. White people are writing impotent ass white men like this. That's what you should be mad at.
I think the Danish movie is like, I don't know if it's supposed to be, it's not a dark comedy or nothing like that. Again, I saw another movie they called a dark comedy. I'm like, there ain't nothing funny about this shit at all.
We murdered kids in this movie.
We cut a kid's head off of the coffee table, folks. Like, what? That's not funny.
Europe has got some fucking problems. Oh, but Brexit was not good for anybody.
I don't know if the Danish are like very fucking friendly people, or I don't know what.
No, I don't. I don't trust them now. I don't trust them.
But like it was written that like they were just being way too nice and like they to their own detriment. And like, why would you? No. He's like, oh, you do this, like we're leaving. But don't you want to stay? No, we're leaving. Get the fuck out of my way. I'm going.
No, look, my American My American brain is wired differently. Like I told you guys this story. Like when we moved here, this guy offered to give us a ride like across the street, right? And it was like just like literally across like major traffic. And Mike is like, I can't believe y'all got in the car with this guy. And I was like, look, when I got in the car, I made my wife none of us sat in the front seat. We sat behind him, and and he was an older guy too. I checked. Look, trust me. I looked in the car, like making sure there was nobody else in there. I got in that car and I strategically sat behind him because if he tries some shit, I was going to choke him out. Like, I am wired as an American. I'm not wired like in the other parts of the world. Like everything will be fine. No, I would have been like, I'd have killed that old man right in that minivan. Like,
on the rare occasion that I have to take an Uber, I have my knife in my hand. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like,
I'm not a danger to you unless you're a danger to me. That's it. That's as simple as that. I would have just grabbed him by his little fucking scrawny neck and popped his head off. Like, get the fuck out of here. I'm not going to, I'll sit next to you. So you just pull out a knife and stab me in the chest? Absolutely not. I've seen enough movies.
That's speaking of evil, guys. Both of them. Like, I was like, this is. I was by the end. I was just fast forwarding. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about none of this shit because y'all didn't do. No, fuck you. This is corny. No, everybody had to be a remake.
That's a real powerful ass line, right? Like, why did you do this? Because you let us. Like,
that's only something white people can say to other white people. Absolutely not. This should have been made with a black family, and then at the end they just stomped them to death. Like, I cannot imagine they would just be like, "Yeah, no, that makes sense." Like, fuck no, get out of here.
It's a good movie though. Like the original.
The original. Yeah, I'm not watching it yet. Like, because that sounds incredibly fucked up and uncomfortable.
It sounds frustrating. Is what it sounds like.
Get out.
Go. Like, this is where you know what I might do. I might watch. There's no way my wife is going to watch the original because you got to read, right? But I might watch it. Oh, it's in English?
I believe so. Yeah.
Nah, yo.
All right.
There's no way, yo. She gonna be furious with you.
That's what I'm saying, yo. That's what I'm saying. I might do it. I might do it just to be an asshole and just be like, "Hey, let's watch this movie." Terrence saw it. I was like, "Oh, okay," and then just to get her reaction, and then record that shit. And just hear her just scream. She's a talker, Terrence. Jay knows she's a talker. She's an in theater talker, right? She is very much the stereotype for what black people are in movies, and for someone like me, that it's amazing that we are together. But
I'll never forget going to see Beyond the Pines with you and your wife and my wife.
Yeah, yo. I'm just like, like, what are you doing, yo? Like, we're not at home, yo.
It was your wife, my wife, me, and then you. And when we left the movie, like we were going home, she was like, she does talk a lot in the theater. I was like, yeah. I'm like,
yeah. Why do you think I was sitting next to you?
I want to hear the movie. It doesn't have subtitles. Oh shit, that was funny, man.
Remember that Worlds Collide episode of Seinfeld when Susan was like, "Y'all niggas talk too fucking much in the movie." They were like, "Yeah, you want to go to the movies?" Like, no. Like,
I'm good.
Y'all talk too fucking much. What the fuck? Like, I couldn't hear it.
Yeah, oh shit!
All right, let's take a quick break.
It is in English. It actually is in English. The original.
All right,
and it's in English, and then when they speak Danish, it's subtitled. So
all right, I'm gonna find the original and do that then.
Good. I can't wait to hear the story of Micah getting yelled at by his wife. That's gonna be great. You knew the ending of this shit. Like I might have. All right, let's take a quick break and then come right back. All right. Let's get into topics. Micah, take it away.
Very briefly before we hit the docket, friend of the show, Cam, tagged me in the Discord earlier to let me know that we lit apparently, and and he let me know that the Apple TV show starring the Penguin, what's that guy's name?
Colin Farrell.
Sugar is getting renewed for season 2
Season
for
2?
some reason. For some dumb reason. And they set it up for season 2, right? All of his fellow aliens who had invaded the planet, they all rolled out, but he was just like, no, I think I'm going to stay here. I think I can help people here.
Does he have special powers?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. He can.
What are his powers?
I don't know, nigga. I was making me mad. That's what his special powers are.
I feel like I would have mentally checked out the second he showed up as one of the Blue Man group. I'd have been like, okay, I'm done. I'm done.
Does he have like superpowers?
He like he knows, yeah, kind of, because like he knows how to fight like really well, like a little too well. He could take a lot of damage, right? Like he's, but and I don't know, man. A lot of that shit is just like a fever dream at this point. Also, what do you do now that the cat is out of the bag?
Right, like the big reveal is there.
Right, like so. What now? I'm supposed to just watch this blue alien go around like it's a fucking 1950s neo-noir detective story and just solve other people's problems and shit? Like, what the fuck is the point now?
I you know what it like. I haven't seen it, and I don't ever plan on it. If the villain of the next season, the big villain, isn't revealed to be an alien at the end, what is the purpose? Like, you think, oh my god, it's like a regular guy. Nah, yo, it's an alien. Like, it's an evil. He's red. Like, I don't know. Like, this is stupid.
My god, man.
So you gonna watch season 2 or no?
No, I'm not. I'm still trying to get my wife to watch Severance. She was like, "Did it win any Emmys?" I'm like, "What the fuck is your problem, yo?"
And that's why you have to show her Speak No Evil. She deserves this. Like,
right.
This is retribution.
Did it win any Emmys? Doesn't fucking matter. Like, I literally went on the Wikipedia and I'm like,
but I think it did.
Look at all these accolades. Look at all these accolades. Look at all these people saying A 90 A. Look. All right.
I love she's like, nah. I don't trust
I'm good.
Anyway, Magazine Dreams, the drama that came out of Sundance with Oscar buzz for Jonathan Majors' intense portrayal of a troubled, aspiring bodybuilder, will finally get its chance to flex on the on movie screens. Briarcliff Entertainment has acquired domestic distribution rights to the critically acclaimed film with plans to release it in the first quarter of 2025. This becomes the second quality hot potato picture on the Tom Ortenberg's Briarcliff after the distributor acquired The Apprentice. Conglomerate connected distributors shunned the film after its provocative Cannes debut, but okay, that's about the Apprentice. The Apprentice. What? Who is writing this stuff? Like, it's not about The Apprentice. It's about Magazine Dreams,
because they don't have any information. Like, that's it. They're just like, let's just pad.
Let's just get a word count. All right, look, yeah, Magazine Dreams is coming on. Look, I want to see Magazine Dreams. I heard this movie is really, really good.
Yeah.
I still enjoy Jonathan Majors as an actor. I hope he doesn't overact, right? Like he sometimes can get. I like him when he's a little more subdued, right? Like when he overacts, and it's just like, all right, calm down, bro. But for the most part, I genuinely like with Creed, like they mentioned Creed here, in like the quiet scenes, right? Like most of that movie, he's fine. But like when he's got to be like Mr. Bravado and shit,
yeah, he's
like,
ridiculous.
All right,
settle down.
Calm down. I don't believe this character. Yeah, look, I don't believe this character.
Look, we had already talked about when when all the allegations came down and it was sort of finalized that he was getting booted from Marvel for all that shit that happened. Look, we said, look, you need to take a year and you need to just like get out of the limelight, take a year, do whatever it is you need to do, dance terribly in videos, whatever. With your fucking Busta Browns on, and dress like a buffoon. But take a year off, right? Because the charges against him in the video clearly showed, like, he wasn't like holding this woman up and punching her in the face, right? Like, that was not what was happening. He slammed her back in the car, and then she got hurt because of that. And then he took off running, right? So I'm not like, I don't think this guy is like, it's not like the Diddy situation where he's like dragging someone down a hallway and kicking them. That's like a different thing. Like, no, I don't want to ever see you again type of shit, right? Or the what's the that one dude who was like, they basically, him and his buddy like ran a train on that woman and then they lied and she ended up killing herself and all that other shit.
Oh, the dude that
Nate Park.
Nate Park.
Yeah. So like that type of dude, I don't need to ever see you again. Like that's just horrendous shit to me. This is like, I think, a legitimately stupid thing he did, but I don't think it was like hardcore out of malice type of shit, right? Not necessarily, from at least what I can tell. And that's not me defending him, by the way. But I think a year off, and I think, what did that happen, like 2023? So this isn't coming out.
It's been a year.
It's been a year, right? And so this comes out, they're talking about this coming out the first quarter of 2025. I'm not mad at that. I think that is enough time to let this guy not be anything, and for the most part, he's kind of, no one has really seen him, minus a couple of like stupid ass videos or articles.
He got a Perseverance Award or whatever. From,
okay. He paid for that. Yeah, okay, he paid for that, right? It's like the Hollywood.
I don't know if he paid for that. I think Hollywood Unlocked wanted some press. Yeah. That's what I think. Weird choice, but okay. Like, there are other people you could have chosen for that. But it's been over a year, or it will be well over a year at that point. I think that's fine. I'm okay for him to come back. Look, I don't think he's ever going to hit to the level that he did. I mean, that was like a meteoric rise.
Yeah.
But I think that he could still, like, if this movie is really good, it's like the Kobe thing, like you're literally trying to beat the allegations on the court type of shit. Like, if the movie's really good and people are like, yo, this shit is like actually excellent. Yeah, I think he could still have quite a career in front of him. I want to see it. I do think the guy is a good actor. We'll see. And yeah, this company, Briarcliff Entertainment, is definitely like one of the most controversial films we can bring to the screen. So, yeah.
I really want to see The Apprentice.
Oh,
was it next week? Oh, this Friday? Is it next week? This Friday? When is
something like that. Yeah, I'm pretty excited to see that. And also, what is his other movie? Edward. That's supposed to be really good too. They're both coming out kind of roughly at the same time. Sebastian Stan. So, all right, I'm here for it. When it comes out in 2025, I will see it. All right, next week.
All right, DC Studios is creating an animated movie called Dynamic Duo, featuring Dick Grayson and Jason Todd. Ahead of the debut of the DC animated Max series Creature Commandos, the studio is mounting its first animated feature, Dynamic Duo, with Warner Brothers Pictures Animation. But rather than focus on Batman and Robin, the film will focus on an original story for Robin and Robin, aka Dick and Todd. Matthew Aldrich is who I guess wrote Coco and Lightyear, is writing the film, which will be
Coco's good.
Yeah.
Lightyear. Fine.
I haven't seen Lightyear, but I really liked Coco a lot.
I watched a little bit of Lightyear. It wasn't that great.
It was fine. I was just like, man.
Yeah, I wasn't terribly impressed. And it will be produced by Matt Reeves' production company, 6 in Idaho. But the story will be separate from Reeves' ongoing Gothamverse with the Batman and the Penguin. Instead, it will depict how the friendship between Dick and Todd as youths becomes tested by their diverging ideas for what their future should be. Reports that the characters will begin as a pair of thieves in the film were false. In the DC comics, after their respective stints as Batman's ward, Robin, Dick becomes the superhero Nightwing, while Jason transforms into the violent vigilante known as the Red Hood. The animation will be handled by New Orleans-based Swaybox, which Jay showed us a clip of what some of their work is. It looks really good, man. It looks really good. It's got this. I'm curious if this is the type of. I'm assuming this is the type of animation that they will be using. This, like marionette style.
Yeah, no, James Gunn confirmed that. Like, it's gonna have like puppetry and shit on it.
It looks super interesting. It looks super interesting, and it looks like something you do not see ever in cinema. So in animation. So I'm looking forward to it. I like those two characters. I think Nightwing is. The OG Robin, I think, is one of the better ones. I was never terribly into the Red Hood because, I'm not a school shooter, guys.
Yeah, he feels like a very angsty teen.
Yeah, he's a little too angsty, and the people who like the Red Hood are the people that I don't like. So
fundamentally as human beings, there's only two types of people: Dick Grayson people and Jason Todd people.
Also, literally nobody liked Jason Todd. That's why they famously when they famously killed off Jason Todd's Robin, they had a call-in contest to see what would happen to Jason Todd after the Joker had kidnapped him.
Yeah, it was like people like a write-in. Yeah,
it was a write-in thing, and people elected to have that child murdered.
They straight up did. They were like,
because they didn't like him. So yes, nobody likes Jason Todd until he becomes a school shooter, and then it's like, oh, that's the kind of guy I like. All right.
Yeah, go seek therapy,
please.
So the interesting thing about this, besides the animation, and again, I linked the reel from Swaybox Studios, their test reel. In that video, do yourself a favor and watch the whole thing. It's actually really interesting. But if you forward to 2 minutes and 24 seconds, they show this animated facial technology that they created called Tink. Yo, it is fucking incredible.
That's what I was just looking at.
Yeah, it's on the puppet. That technology is amazing. Like, it looks really cool. So, look, I think it's a unique idea to do stuff like this. I think that's really dope. That speaks to Gunn's style, right? Like, if he's going to do this thing and it's going to be all interconnected, and I think it will be. I'll speak about that in a second. It doesn't mean you can't have fun and unique styles, right? Like, the talk is that they're trying to build out the entire Bat family, right? Like, we've never seen the Red Hood on screen. We've never seen Nightwing on in the big, on the big screen, right? We've seen it on television and stuff, but we've never seen those type of characters interacting with Batman, because Batman Brave and the Bold that they're working on is going to be with Damian, right? So it's a slightly older, not that much older, but probably a Batman into his in his 40s, I would guess. Mid 40s, maybe even 50, with his son Damian. So that means he would already gone through Jason Todd. He would already gone through Nightwing. They're doing this movie, and I'm sure
we're just gonna forget Tim. We're just gonna forget Tim, bro.
And him, he's there somewhere. Look, they ain't put him in this movie. They're like, whatever. So, I'm interested to see how they handle I guess the story happens in the past, and then maybe it kind of fast forwards into the future where you meet them as Nightwing and Red Hood, and then once they start building out the rest of the Bat family and stuff like that, the live action versions of those characters interacting with Batman and stuff like that. I think that's kind of dope. So you can do these individual movies that feel completely different, but when you bring them together, they're in live action and all this other stuff. Use the same voice actors and all this other shit. or normal quote unquote normal actors to play both. I think that could be cool. So I like this idea, and it's something different and unusual, and that's the most James Gunn thing I've ever heard. So yeah, I think it's fun.
I'm excited for this whole thing to kick off, man. I'm super curious. I want it to be successful. I want some new Green Lantern merchandise. I can't get any DC toys because Todd McFarlane, Big Toddy, has the DC license, and I'm not a huge fan of what he does. But yeah, I'm super excited, man. Like I'm pumped for Superman.
Yeah, I'm really hoping they like super fucking nail it. I really am. Okay, so let's take a quick break, and then we're gonna come right back with more stories. Okay, next up, Deathstroke and Bane to get a movie together for DC Studios. Sources tell the Hollywood Reporter that Bane, the super steroid injecting antagonist who was previously seen in the 2012 Christopher Nolan movie The Dark Knight Rises, and Deathstroke, another popular arch nemesis in the comic books company fold, are being lassoed together for a movie. The James Gunn and Peter Safran led DC Studios is developing a script from Matthew Orton, a scribe on the upcoming Captain America Brave New World movie. There is no director for the project yet. The talk is that this is not necessarily just a Bane Deathstroke movie, but more of a villain movie. Perhaps it's the Secret Six. That's one guess I've heard going around. So I don't know, but looks like they're going to do their version of Bane. Which would be nice. I'd like to see a more traditional version of Bane, to be honest.
Yeah, a giant wrestling mercenary. like I don't know what Christopher Nolan's Bane was. Yeah, I don't know what Christopher Nolan's Bane was, but
what did he have the mask on for in Christopher Nolan's movie?
Because he was sad.
Like
I legit don't know.
He had asthma, right? Like he had like advanced asthma.
Did he?
He didn't have.
I don't like that movie, guys.
Yeah, super.
He didn't have venom, did he?
What?
He didn't because he didn't take venom, right? Like
no, he was just jacked.
Strong man.
Yeah, he was just. Yeah, he sounded like a fuddy-duddy 1920s strongman.
And yeah, the voice
I like his fuddy-duddy voice. I thought it was fun.
Oh, like the best thing about that voice is the way they mock it in that Harley Quinn cartoon. Like that's literally the best thing about it.
I like his fuddy-duddy voice. I don't know why he did it, and I don't know.
Like that was a Tom Hardy choice. Huh?
Like
he likes doing weird voices.
Yeah, because like I was gonna say, like his Venom isn't that far off from that.
Yeah, his Eddie Brock. His Eddie Brock is like, Venom, what do we want to do? Like, all right, yo. All right. I guess I'm going to be a hypocrite and say that I'm excited for this concept. I say I'm a hypocrite because when Sony does it, like, I'm not excited for it. Because Sony sucks. Sony sucks.
Yeah, I don't think that's being a hypocrite. I think that's having eyes and ears and shit. Like,
I'm giving this the benefit of the doubt because it's James Gunn. That's it. If it wasn't James Gunn, I'd be like, fuck this. Because I don't care, honestly.
I think both of these characters are incredibly interesting on their own. Whereas with those Spider-Man films, you kind of need Spider-Man to make those villains.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
But Batman villains are interesting on their own, right? Like Batman villains are interesting in spite of Batman. And
because he's a rich dude.
Right. Like,
I mean, with psychological problems. Seriously.
Yeah.
Right. Like Batman's interesting. Fine. You know, whatever. I want to know more about Bane, right? I want to know about this child who was like kidnapped and raised to just fucking be strong, but also really smart. Is he smart? Like, yeah, he actually is really smart. You know what I mean?
You think Dave Bautista would play? Well, I mean, he said he wanted to. Yeah, he said he wanted to. Yeah, no, he's become like vegan and it's like slimmed down.
But the thing is, he's still 240. he's like, yeah, I'm slimmed down, but nigga, I am still 250 pounds. I'll throw you through a wall, regardless of how small I look.
I mean, it is kind of funny because people were like, "Oh, he looks so thin." I'm like, compared to what he was like 300 pounds, dude. Like that's not normal. Yeah, he was a fucking monster. Look, if Batista wanted to play it, I don't think I'd be mad at that. I don't think he'd want to like now. He's having like I think he's having like a real run, and I doubt he'd want to jump back into a comic book role again. Like he just got out of Guardians. But I think like I mean in the past he's expressed interest in doing it. But at the same time, I think if like Gunn was like, I kind of want you to come do it, like I think he'd do it. I think he would. But he wouldn't be. Say again, Terry?
Yeah.
Him and James Gunn, they have that relationship with each other. I forgot that he was fucking
Drax.
What's his name? Drax of our Guardians of the Galaxy, right? Makes sense.
I mean, the only difference is Gunn is not directing this, so you know what I mean. Like that might make a difference for him too. But at the same time, like Secret Six is I don't really know this team. I mean, I only recognize Bane, Deadshot, and according to this, Catman, which is a stupid name. But like, I would like to see some other more interesting characters. I think would be a lot more fun. Like, all right, so obviously Deathstroke is not an original Secret Six member, but like Deathstroke, Bane, I don't know, like, what's the ice chick from that fucking Flash TV show? Whatever, Frost. Like, you know, you could do some like you could have some kind of a fun group of characters. Throw Kite Man in there. Like why not? He's gonna be in the next season of Peacemaker apparently. So like, sure, why not? Like have some fun.
Right.
So I don't know like if the Secret Six thing is, you know, definitively happening, but that seems to be the thought that it's not actually just a Bane Deathstroke movie, but they will be a part of an ensemble. So works for
me. Yeah, that works for me. Replace Deadshot with Deathstroke. That's an upgrade.
Yeah. I don't think I need Deadshot in any more movies for a while.
Yeah, Deadshot's kind of run its course, man.
Yeah. I liked Idris Elba's Bloodsport. Like he was fun. Like put him in there.
Was he?
Yeah. I liked his weapons. I thought they were.
I like Idris Elba. Yeah. What the fuck? I don't even know the character.
I like Idris Elba as a person. but like, come on, yo. Like, what are we doing?
I mean, he was basically. They were like, well, we can't get Will Smith to be back in this movie, so let's
just recast him. Then,
just put another black fella in there.
Just recast him. Like, who cares? Who gives a shit?
Yeah, nobody did.
I was just looking up Dave Bautista. How tall did you say he was? 6'4"?
6'4".
That is real height. Because I'm sitting here looking at him standing next to Shane McMahon.
Oh well, Shane McMahon can't be that tall.
Shane McMahon is taller in 3 of these pictures, yo. That I'm seeing.
Yeah, somebody lying then. Somebody lying.
Shane McMahon is 6'7".
Like 6'1" or 6'2".
Yeah, probably. Somebody lying, yo. When he lost weight, he lost like 5 inches apparently, because that's what happens when you lose weight.
Shane McMahon is about 6'2". That's probably his real height because he's not an actual wrestler, you know. Again, it's the 220 rule. It's the 220 rule. 2 inches, 20 pounds. So he might be like 6'2".
Oh yeah, here you go. How freaking tall is Shane McMahon? Isn't Batista 6'2.5", 6'3"? Shane is 6'5". I mean, he's not, but
he might be like 6'2", 6'3". He looks fucking tall, man. Anyway,
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and the Rock
Wrestler
5.
God damn it.
Why do you lie? What is the purpose of lying?
Like, it's stupid, dude.
You're already big.
You're still huge, yo. You're still huge.
Right.
You're standing in a ring. We're on the floor. You still look gigantic. It's okay. Like you don't have to lie. This is dumb. The Rock is 7 feet tall, 900 pounds. He's not. Like, relax. Next up, Thunderbolts has added Superman star Wendell Pierce and For All Mankind's Chris Bauer in mystery roles. I think how this should be read is that Bunk and Frank Sabatka have joined Thunderbolts, as far as I'm concerned. No, this is good. They're both very good actors. I will see anything Wendell Pierce is in. I even liked when he was playing that fucking coon sellout Clarence Thomas. He even made Clarence Thomas look like a better person because he was so fucking good in the role. And Chris Bauer, I've seen quite a bit of For All Mankind. That dude is a really good actor. Like I really liked him on The Wire, and that's where I think a lot of people know him from. But yeah, he's really good on For All Mankind as a sort of former astronaut and kind of like lead dude on that show. But yeah, those are two really solid character actors, like really, really good. So who knows who they're playing? Doesn't matter. As far as I'm concerned, I will see the movie anyway, but that just helps round out an already pretty good cast. So cool. I can't believe Jack.
We got to go back to check out real quick. I saw Wolves. God damn, I forgot.
I watched about half.
Oh man, I wanted to watch that.
I only watched half of it, but that's not a detriment to the movie. It was late.
That's not late. It's fun. It's a fun watch. You watch it just to see Bobblehead McGee and what's his name, and Brad Pitt, right? And their chemistry is very good. Same as fucking Ocean's 11. It's fine. It's a fun movie.
Those guys never. George Clooney and Brad Pitt never seem like they're acting because they're such good friends. Like I feel like they just like roll camera. Like we got it. Like we don't need a script. Like it's fine. But yeah, I was enjoying what I saw. I thought it was pretty fun. I did not realize until I sat down to watch it that it was written and directed by John Watts, who did the Spider-Man movies, which is cool. It looked well. Yeah, it looks good.
Again, it's just those two chemistry. Their chemistry is really fucking good. So like, it's just an enjoyable watch. Doesn't do anything new.
Might be easy to get a good movie out of George Clooney and Brad Pitt in the same scene.
Yeah. Can you imagine? How did they do it? Yeah, that's like shooting fucking fish in a barrel. But okay. Yeah, I'll plan on I want to finish that, but I was enjoying it. Next up, Tom Holland's West End understudy, Daniel Quinn Toy, nabs starring role in Amazon's MGM's Voltron. I did not know this movie was happening. So apparently the director Rawson Marshall Thurber is directing this. He's the guy who directed.
Oh, I know that.
No, just hold on. Just hold on.
What else did he direct?
The filmmaker behind, because I wanted to quote the article, the filmmaker behind the Netflix hit Red Notice.
Yeah.
Is directing the adaptation. I didn't like that movie, guys. I thought it was bad. All right. I don't think. Look, this is just a random thought, apropos of nothing. I don't think Voltron's going to be a very good movie at all. I think it is going to be bland as fuck, just like Red Notice was. Super, super bland. So, look, maybe I'm wrong. I'm a bit biased here. I don't think these movies with like we're teaming up in our power alliance and like making a big robot to fight monsters. I don't think those movies or those stories make very good movies unless you really make it about the team. And I don't give a shit about the people in the Voltron robots. Nobody does. Nobody does. Nobody does. Who the fuck cares? You just want to see the big mech, yo. That's all you want to see. You don't give a shit about a couple of nerds. Let's fucking power our Zords. Nobody cares. Like Power Rangers, at least the characters are a little bit more fleshed out, nobody gives a fuck about the characters in Voltron. They literally don't. They don't.
What are the characters' names in Voltron?
Exactly, Terrence. Exactly.
I was about to ask you, do you know any of the characters' names?
Green one. They had like the nerd and the girl. I think it might have been two girls. It's basically Power Rangers with less personality.
Yeah, and they were first.
Yeah, they were first. Like in the 80s. Yeah. And it's a remake of Japanese sci-fi, of course.
84.
It was originally Go Lion.
I don't remember watching a lot of Voltron, to be honest with you.
Oh, I did.
Like if I had streaming, I would just stream to the point where they fucking turned into the robot instead of having to watch the whole fucking show. Because you're right, I don't know any of them.
Nobody cares about the Voltron characters, yo. Like they don't.
Voltron.
Look, now does that mean
Voltron?
Say again?
Oh, I'm sure plenty
What's
of people.
What's the Voltron lore?
I'm sure plenty of people know.
Oh, look.
I don't really care.
Look. Demetrius, don't text us a giant article.
Right. I'm sure there's somebody driving around in a van getting ready to do some electrical work that knows all about it.
He like, now hold on a goddamn second. He mad as fuck right now.
Congratulations, by the way. That's just for him. But yeah, I am waiting for that. I'm waiting for that little Facebook message.
Like first off, nigga, these characters are very important. No, but I don't think anybody really cares about the actual the little dudes in the machine. I just don't think so. I don't like in 2025. Like, is there a big calling for people who are like watching Voltron? I don't think so. Like, I just
guess some names. Just guess some names, and I'm
looking at them, and I still don't care. Like, I'm looking at them, and I still don't care.
Just guess a name.
James.
No. Guess R&B singers from the 80s and 90s. First names.
I'm reading them, so
Usher.
Yes,
from the 80s and 90s.
Yes, the yellow one was
Luther. Like, I don't know.
Keith, Lance.
One of them's name is Keith.
Hunk.
Keith Sweat.
One of them's name is Lance. One of them's name is Hunk. Princess Allura. Look, man.
You don't care.
I'm sure. Look, Voltron's got its fans.
I don't doubt that.
But I'm with you. I'm not. I'm probably not gonna watch this. All you had to do was say Red Notice, and that's all I needed to hear. Also, this name Rawson Thurber, like, all right. I know I
don't like that name,
names, but I don't like that name, man. Rawson also sounds kind of anti-Asian, yo. Rawson, like, nah.
Yeah, that's not okay, yo. That's not okay. That's not
exactly.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Not okay. The way you saying it, my nigga, is not okay. Like, you're not allowed to do that.
Rawson Marshall Thurber.
Rawson.
What else has he done? He did that, and didn't he do another fucking rock movie?
No,
did you like the
Steamboat Willie?
Central Intelligence, Skyscraper, Red Notice.
Oh, I did like Skyscraper. Now, hold on. Now,
Skyscraper was silly as fuck. Yeah, I enjoyed that movie.
I did like Skyscraper.
Yeah, I did. I cannot deny
it.
Central Intelligence.
All right.
That movie's not good, man.
Yeah, Mikey can tell you exactly how bad Central Intelligence is in 300 words or less. Get the fuck out of it. I'm good. Look, I don't care. Make me care. Like, that's my attitude. I just do not give a shit about Voltron. I'll fast forward to the like, oh shit, they're in the fucking GoBots or whatever, and they're fighting the big alien. That's cool, but like, no, you're gonna have to make me care. Look, I gotta tell you, I thought that Power Rangers movie was overly long, and generally not great. And I know they're talking about like redoing it. Please do that, because if you're gonna do it, like, make it not stink, because that movie was fucking boring in a lot of ways. So
it was boring. I didn't hate it. But it was too long.
It was way too long. Way too fucking long.
another one with Jason David Frank not being here? You think that'll get a lot of backlash? Because people love that guy.
No, I get that. I mean, no, I think you could look, just do an homage. Like, yeah, that's just do that, and people be ready to see.
You can't have another character named Tommy, right? Like,
yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. No, this is not. Look, I know the guy had a tragic ending. I do, and I'd have no issues with the guy. But like, that's not like. Let's not do this. Like, this nigga's not James Earl Jones to Darth Vader. Like, don't do that. That's fucking nonsense. That's nonsense, yo. This is not the role of a lifetime, yo. Like, it might have been for his career. I understand that, but like, nah, yo. We're not throwing this nigga's sword in the rafters, yo. Like, we're not doing that, yo. Like, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
But the thing is, every time if I'm not mistaken, every time the White Ranger showed up in a fucking Power Rangers show,
he was
of what it was. It was always him, right?
It was always Jason David Frank, man.
No, and I'm not mad.
His role.
I'm not mad at that. Role. Nah, yeah, but we're not doing that. Like, listen, he's not the only nigga that can play the flute, yo. Like, don't do that. Like, don't do that. No. I do not accept that. I do not accept that.
No. Oh man,
I'm being a dick. No, I think someone else can play the character. It's fine.
Also, like, congratulations to Daniel Quinn Toy for getting the rub off of Tom Holland's name. Like, this article is literally titled "Tom Holland's understudy gets a movie role."
Yeah, that's how famous Tom Holland is now. My understudy got one, and they mentioned me in the title. In the title? Why? You could have just said, like, this guy is going to be the lead actor. You could mention in the article, oh, he was an understudy for Tom. They're like, nah, fuck.
You could even be like Daniel Quinn Toy, parentheses, Tom Holland's understudy gets a role. Yeah. Like, nah, yo, they led with Tom Holland.
They're like, we need clicks on this. Ain't nobody gonna click on this otherwise. You never know. This kid might be a fucking bigger star eventually. Look, I'm happy for him.
10 years old. What the hell?
How old is he?
He's 21. This picture makes him look like he's 10.
I mean, in fairness, Tom Holland also looks 10. So,
there you go.
When he first got in the MCU, they're like, "Oh, they hired a little kid." Like, this is crazy. Are you?
I'm 25. It's like, oh, okay, well,
bitch, right. Bitch, I can rent a car. I'm old enough. So yeah, okay. Like, again, just make me care. But at this point, I do not care. I just really don't, and I don't think a lot of people do. But Amazon sometimes they pull out some pretty good stuff. So you never can tell. All right, let's take a quick break, and then we're going to get into What the Fuck stories. All right, What the Fuck brought to you by JTD from the Edit That Out podcast. Micah, take it away.
A 20-year-old man takes his own mother to court for throwing away his comic collection. 20-year-old man got so mad after his elderly mother threw away his prized collection of comic books without his consent that he took her to court and refused to reconcile with her. A 64-year-old woman from this place landed in hot water after landed on her sofa after throwing away her son's 32-volume Attack on Titan manga collection. The two were living together. The two were living together, and the 64-year-old woman had become fed up with her son's ever-growing comic collection. So when she stumbled over his Attack on Titan manga collection, she determined that the volumes were a little damp. She decided to recycle them and free up some much-needed space. She never checked with her son if it was okay. And when he came home and learned that his 32 volumes were gone, he was extremely angry and ended up calling the police on his mother. I wish you would.
Yeah, the second you hang up that phone, I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna beat you with a belt. Get out of here! Don't call the police.
Right? You ever see Speak No Evil or whatever the fuck that movie is? The scorned son filed a
Get
complaint
in that
against
quarry
his
and take your clothes off.
and the local police, and later took her to court for destroying his personal property without consent. In court, the 20-year-old man argued that Attack on Titan is a very popular manga, so finding another complete collection would be extremely difficult.
No, it wouldn't, yo. No, it won't.
That some of the volumes are no longer in print and could be considered collector's items. On the other hand, his mother argued that, bitch, you living in my house.
Yeah, for free.
Okay. Yeah, this is I'm trying to see what the result of this case.
How many books was it? How many books?
32 volumes.
Nigga, you can buy these on Amazon. Yo, shut your ass up.
The incident took place in February of this year, but the district court only recently issued a verdict in this case, fining the mother 5,000 real money bucks. Where do you think this is? How much do you think 5,000 real money bucks is from this place?
All right. So he's like he's big mad. It's Attack on Titan. Probably Japanese. That feels racist, but I'm just saying. It's got a quote Japanesey vibe about the story. He's 20. He's got a bunch of Attack on Titan books, so he's not getting laid. Probably Japan. 500 real money bucks. He paid
5,000.
5,000. You're asking us what it is in U.S. like real dollars?
Yes, and like currency that people care about.
Oh, okay, not peso. Racist and phobic. It cost $275 worth of books. That's what I'm going.
You are incorrect and over.
Damn it.
So it's not Japan.
It's not Japan.
I wasn't gonna say Japan. I was gonna say like Florida until you said real money bucks. So it's not there. 5,000. Is this like Russia? Is this rubles?
Rubles?
This happened in Taiwan, and 5,000 Taiwanese dollars converts to roughly $160.
Wow.
Worth of black and white comic books that you read backwards. So yeah, they fined her $160 and said that the sentence can be commuted to community service. Her failure to respect her son's property rights was inappropriate. And yeah, fined $160.
Yeah. I'd never speak
to him. You won the case? That's hilarious.
Yeah, he won the case, man.
Yeah, I never spoke to him again. Get out of my house.
Here's your
$160.
I'm sure
go find an apartment.
I'm sure he gloated about it while sitting in the backseat of his mother's deuce and a quarter.
I told you I was going to win. Now can we go to McDonald's so I can get some chicken nuggets?
Taiwan. It was on a motorbike.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Again, these things are not acceptable to say out loud, guys. Like, this is not okay.
I ain't never seen nobody in Taiwan drive a car in movies. They was on bikes.
I mean, it's pretty common here.
I'm just saying.
Well,
you know. Anyway. Damn. That nigga won. That's crazy.
That judge should have been like, yo, get the fuck out of here.
Right, get out of my goddamn courtroom. That's insane. Man arrested after botched penis enlargement injection. Cool.
Happens to the best of us.
Suspect tells police he had been providing services for 20 years despite having only a 9th grade education.
Okay, well. So what did he use? Fix a flat? What did he use? The same stuff they put in women's ass?
The fuck? Okay, you know what? I don't know. I don't even. Okay, a man who has been providing penis enlargement treatments for 20 years, despite having no medical training, has been arrested after one of his customers suffered a severe infection. One of his customers?
It's a pretty good track record.
I'm about to say it's a pretty good track record considering you have a 9th grade education, and you're not a doctor. This guy, 36, was taken into custody following a sting operation on Thursday at the townhouse where he provides silicone injections, pearl implants.
Oh.
Where the fuck does this even take place? Oh, okay. I don't know. The suspect told the arresting officer that he had only you know what? Okay, whatever. A ninth grade education in whatever this country is, but had begun teaching himself how to do implants when he was 14. The arrest following a complaint with that Mr. Such and Such was providing pearl implant surgery. What the fuck does that mean?
I'm sorry.
What is that? What does that mean?
Pearl
implant? I'm going to Google this, and I don't think I want to know. I'm afraid.
Artificial penis.
Silicone augmentation and filler injections for penis enlargement via the this place modified. Okay. The MyLua.
I don't like this. Wow. Okay. Jesus Christ. Urology news.
Infection after he received a silicone.
Urologynews.uk.com has images of someone getting artificial penile pearls. I guess you can have your penis ribbed for her pleasure, as it were. That seems like a mistake.
Nope. Click off. And where did this take place? Because I'm not looking.
India. I will say Cambodia, because I just Googled country with smallest penis size, and that one was the first one that came up.
Bangkok. Oh, man.
Oh, man. I hate being a child.
Names are wild.
She bangs.
Kitty Corn Song Sri is the name of the guy.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay, so this guy got silicone injected into his penis, and then what happened? Did it just get hard?
Let's see.
Because that feels like that is inevitably what is going to happen.
You got an infection. Yeah, 20 years worth of this shit. How much is 20,000 baht? Let's see what that is in $600.
$400.
20,000?
Yeah, $400.
How the fuck I get 600?
No, I'm guessing. I don't know.
Oh no, it's 600. It's 600.
Oh, okay.
Between 5,000 and 20,000 baht. So what is 5,000 baht? What is that?
$20.
Anyway, he was baht. $150. Okay. Between $150 and $600, he was giving people penis implants with a ninth grade education.
No, they got what they
apparently his track record was pretty solid until it wasn't. One guy got an infection. What the fuck?
You could not pay me to have someone inject silicone into my penis. Like I'm just I've just got to be okay with what I got. Like yo, it's like the what is it? What's his name? Patrice, the Patrice O'Neal joke. Like, oh, you got a ninth grade education? Like, all right, spell restaurant. Like, R-E-S-T. Like, you can't spell it? No, stop stalling. Like, no.
Ever since Terrence pointed that joke out, that's how I pronounce it from now on. Restaurant.
That's how you spell it. That's how you got it.
Right. And because I can't. Right. Like, I can't not pronounce it that way. Restaurant.
It's such a good joke. Stop stalling, nigga. Oh shit.
Like I love you.
Like, get all confident.
That special is fucking funny, man.
He's hilarious. Or was one of the best. My story is terrifying. Woman survives almost 2 hours with 13-foot long python coiled around her body.
Brazil.
We shall see. 64-year-old woman. She was 64, for God's sake. 64-year-old woman was attacked by a large python while doing the dishes at her house. All right.
The fuck?
That is a... I don't want to live like, I don't want to live there. You know? If I'm doing dishes in my house, I feel like not getting attacked by a python should be number one on the things that happen to me. She survived about 2 hours with the reptile trying to suffocate her to death. The woman had just come home from her job as a maid at a children's hospital and was doing the dishes at the back of the house, and she felt a sharp pain on her right thigh. At first, she thought she had been bitten by one of the many insects that call the forest behind her house home, but when she looked down, she saw a huge snake climbing up her leg. She instinctively grabbed the snake's head and tried to pull it off of her, but it was too strong. The python eventually brought the woman down, coiled around her midsection, and started squeezing the life out of her. Quote, while I was washing dishes, I was also scooping water. As soon as I sat down, the snake bit me. At first, I thought it was a cockroach. And holy shit, there's video of it. Stop videotaping it and get a knife. Yo, that is absolutely insane. Yeah, like the rescuers found her, like and she's just fucking sitting there like a fucking boss. Like
what,
this
a fucking
is
python trying to kill her?
Yeah, that's fucking wild. It reportedly took rescuers about 30 minutes to loosen the python's grip around the woman's body, after which she was rushed to the nearest hospital. She is expected to make a full recovery, but she will never forget this close encounter. All right, close encounter. You didn't really have to. That's just wait, this is New York Daily Post. Where did this happen?
Australia, right? That's where all the weird animal stories come, especially if she just kind of sat there and took it. Like, Australian people are tough, man. Like
they're built different. Like when they say built different, them niggas built different. They be like looking at spiders in the corner, like, man, it's my friend. It kills all the other animals. Big ass fucking huntsman spiders that are the size of dinner plates and just walking around in their fucking houses. They're like, as long as you don't bother me, we're good.
Or flying or some shit. Like they have fucking spiders that migrate like birds and shit.
Yeah, no thanks. I'm good.
Yeah, some woman just sat there and took a bear hug from a python. That's got to be Australia.
All right, where are you going, Terrence?
I said Brazil again. I'm gonna stick with Brazil.
Brazil? No, the answer actually is Thailand. It's once again this woman worked in Bangkok. They're not fucking around.
What the fuck, man? They built different too, apparently.
Yeah, there's video in the story. You can see the python wrapped around her. My question is, why did it take 30 minutes?
Outside?
Like, but
it's just wrapped around.
But my question is, why did it take 30 minutes? Just go in, cut the snake's head off, and then just take it off.
Yeah, what were they trying to like?
Save it?
Preserve the snake? What the fuck? Like, no, get this thing off me.
I mean, look, I got to tell you, people. Like, I'm in my kitchen doing dishes. If a python and granted, it would be fast, right? Like, it ain't going to take its time. Like, it's going to grab around you fast. I understand that. My first instinct is to get to the knife and murder it. Like, that's my first instinct. I'm not even having a conversation like, what is this? Was it a bug? No. Oh, shit, it's a python? I know exactly where the biggest knife in my kitchen is. It's kind of a hunting knife that sometimes I use for cutting things. I'm grabbing that, and I'm going to stab that thing in the head until I know it's dead, and I'm going to get it the fuck off of me. I ain't going to sit there. That's crazy, dude. And it's Bangkok. I know you got a knife in that kitchen. No, knock it off. This is fucking get a cleaver. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. But she's 64. The fact that thing didn't kill her is for 2 hours. No way, dude. Like that woman's bones are made of adamantium. Like that is fucking insane. How it didn't like crush your ribs and all that.
Around her midsection. All right. Hey, she's a tough lady.
Very tough,
And no. Again, like you said, I'm stabbing the shit out that thing.
Yeah.
First of all.
No, just save it. Okay. We saving it for dinner. That's what we saving it for. Get out of here. And she's standing at the end. She's like, "Ooh,
it's all good. It's all good, baby."
I sure am tired." Like, get the fuck out. I'd be like, "Yo, take me to the hospital, please. I need help." Wow, this woman is tougher than anybody I've ever seen. How the fuck did you possibly survive this? This is a weak ass snake, I guess. I don't know. All right, trailers this week. First one up is the John Wick spinoff, Ballerina. Thoughts?
No. No, like I saw the trailer, I was like, okay. I don't really give a fuck about the John Wick universe, to be honest with you. 4 I was fine with. You could have ended it there. And then they had the little John Wick teaser with him in it. And I'm like, so he's going to be in it for like 5 minutes, right? And then just
probably
fuck
not
off to someone. Yeah. Okay. I mean, it looks cool. I mean, it's a John Wick movie. Joan Wick, if you will.
John Wick.
I got nothing. Like, it's like a John Wick movie. Who's directing it? Is it the same director? But it's someone else?
I don't think so. I don't think it is the same director. But yeah, I don't know. This takes place during the events of John Wick 3, Chapter 3, Parabellum. Okay. Did Lance Reddick do this movie before he died, or are they like using his likeness? Does anybody know? Was this filmed a while ago? Okay, I was just curious.
I mean, if that wasn't him.
No, I mean like digitally.
When did he die? That was earlier this year, right?
Yes.
Did he pass away?
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, maybe this was like one of his last movies.
Anna de Armas is in it, so people will like that. You know,
this feels like this should be on Netflix.
I would like, or Paramount Plus. You know?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not seeing
Amazon. This. Len Wiseman, the Underworld director. Yeah. The Total Recall remake director.
Oh. I hear that was really good.
I didn't hate that movie, but like it's not the first one.
I'm kidding. I heard
it was absolutely the Live Free or Die Hard director.
I like Live Free or Die Hard, honestly. Mostly because you know,
he surfed a Harrier jet. Was that the part that you liked?
That was awesome. And then he drove a fucking cop car into a helicopter in a tunnel because of course he did.
Yeah, why not?
Sure, why not? You know, a movie I've never seen before a day in my life, and then I finally watched it a couple of days ago. Armageddon. That movie's really fucking stupid. That's all I got.
You never saw Armageddon before?
I've never seen Armageddon before.
It is
a Deep Impact.
I don't think I've ever seen. No, I've never seen.
Movie.
Yeah, I've never seen Deep Impact.
Look,
I'm the weird one. I'm the one that saw Deep Impact. Everybody else saw Armageddon.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I like that dumbass movie, yo. I like Armageddon? It. Oh yeah, I like it.
It's dumb.
I think it's entertaining as hell, but
he's got
really
space dementia. Space dementia.
Why does he have a machine gun on space? Yeah, why does he have a machine gun?
Why did he have a machine gun on the rover? I was like, wait a minute. Did I miss the part where they said they had turrets on the fucking rover when he shot out of the fucking space shuttle? Did I miss that part during the movie? Did they say that they had those in any time in the movie before he used it?
No.
Not what's his name? But like when they shot through the shuttle to get through, like when they crashed.
Yeah, I don't think
he's like, I got this. And then they just wound up a fucking turret. I was like, what? Where'd that come from? And that movie's really fucking dumb. The dialogue is terrible.
The whole logic of the movie is terrible. Like you
know the story, don't you, Terrence?
Yeah.
With Ben Affleck, when Ben Affleck approached Michael Bay, he was like, he said this on the audio commentary. He said, "Hey, Michael Bay, wouldn't it be easier to train astronauts how to drill than train drillers how to be astronauts?" And Michael Bay said, "Shut the fuck up."
Yeah, I mean, in fairness, that's a really good question. Like,
it's
it
a
doesn't
good
make
point.
sense.
It's like, fuck you. You
Like, no,
want to do the movie or not? Like, I guess.
He's like, no, these are special
Deep
oil
Impact is
drugs.
the same fucking plot. They do the same thing.
No, that's a part of a 2-movie situation that happened around that time where they had put out basically the same movie twice, right? It was Deep Impact and Armageddon.
Same year. It came out the same year.
Yeah, no, I know. And then there was like
it was a volcano movie.
Yeah, volcano.
Right?
It's like some like mega volcano movie. There was like
was it Dante's Inferno and something? What was the other one? There was one with
Pierce Brosnan.
What's his name? Pierce Brosnan, and I don't remember the other one. Dante's Peak.
Dante's Peak was
Dante's
one.
Peak.
Yeah, Dante's.
And
Peak.
what was the other one? I can't remember the other one. I've seen Dante's Peak, I've seen the one with Pierce Brosnan, whichever one he was in. I can't remember which one.
Dante's Peak or Volcano. They both came out in 1997.
Fuck is Volcano?
Exactly.
Like, I think I've seen Dante's Peak.
Yeah.
That was it. Dante's Peak and Volcano.
Yeah, in 1997, we got 2 disaster-focused movies on volcanoes. One was Dante's Peak, starring Pierce Brosnan and Linda Hamilton. The other one was Volcano, starring Tommy Lee Jones. So, yeah, there you go. And then you got Armageddon and Deep Impact. So, yep.
I was about to ask you which one do you think is the better film, Deep Impact or Armageddon? But you haven't.
I've never seen.
Have either one of you seen Deep Impact?
I've never seen Deep Impact.
That's the one.
Is the only one that's totally opposite.
Isn't Morgan Freeman like
that's
the president or something?
Yeah, Morgan Freeman's the president. Deep Impact is a better movie. Armageddon is the more entertaining movie. They do the same thing. Like they go to the asteroid to try to drill and blow it up with a fucking nuke. And they fail. They failed in Deep Impact, so they just flew their fucking spaceship into it and blew it up. Like that's how Deep Impact ended.
Other movie, The Core. Do you remember that movie? Like that was really.
I do remember. They were going to the center of the earth.
Yeah. That movie. I think I had that movie.
Faction. Do you remember that Faction, Terrence?
The Faction.
The Core. What? The CORRE. With Wade Barrett and I
don't know if I was watching wrestling at that time.
Oh my god, it was fucking terrible, man.
God damn. Mm-hmm. Armageddon, really dumb fucking movie. Really.
I like that dumb movie, man.
I like it.
It's
fucking stupid, but I like it. Yeah,
like it started on 10. Yeah.
Oh, it made no sense.
Like Eddie Griffin's dog got hit by a meteor and it didn't die. I'm like, but the Samoan dude did. What? Okay. Anyway, stupid movie. I just wanted to throw that out there.
No, that's fair.
Like a Dragon.
Last but certainly not least, teaser trailer for Like a Dragon Yakuza. I forgot to put this on until just a few minutes ago. I had only seen a couple moments of this trailer, so I'm kind of watching it in real time now. I assume this is fairly accurate to the game, which is completely ridiculous, but also pretty fucking entertaining. Is that correct?
So I'm looking at I'm going to watch this, obviously, right? This trailer looks like, so the Like a Dragon series is weird because it's like it comes off like a very serious like crime drama with these gangsters and like a lot of corruption and a lot of murder, but it's goofy. Like it's goofy as shit. Yeah. And the tonal shift between like the main story where you are, at one point you could be investigating the murder of the patriarch of your clan. You can get sidetracked by, trying to find a guy who's stealing women's panties, right? Like it's fucking weird, right? Like it's goofy. And that's what makes it unique, right?
Right.
And I hope this series doesn't take it. I hope this series takes it so seriously, but I hope it also has room for fun. And I don't think it's going to have room for fun, for silliness.
This trailer looks pretty fucking goofy.
Looking at this trailer, it doesn't look like you don't think it's going to have. I don't know. I saw it. I'm like, this looks low budget.
It does look low budget.
And then like, but not in other. I'm like, what the hell is going on with this trailer? And then I saw it was on Amazon Prime. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. This is throwing me off a little bit. I don't know. I'll watch the first episode to see what's going on. It's a show, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a series.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know. I'll check it out because I've played like 4 of the games though. There's like 7 of them, right?
There are like 7 or 8 of them. Like one of them is about to have a spinoff. Like the last one is about to have a spinoff where one of the gangsters, Majima, who is in this trailer, goes to Hawaii and becomes like a pirate, like a gangster pirate. Like, I don't see any gangster pirates in this. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I mean when I say, like, yo, the series is fucking goofy as shit, yo. like it's, and like Kiryu is a very unique, like, he's not a unique character. Like, he's just like a stalwart, like ultra noble gangster. And Majima is like his friend, but he's kind of like a lunatic.
Like a Joker.
Yeah, they call him the Mad Dog. You know what I mean? Like he's fucking crazy, yo. So I don't know. I don't have high hopes for this. I really don't. But I hope it's going to be something that that I can get into. Also, this dude playing Kiryu looks mad small, yo. Like,
yeah, he's normally kind of a much bigger character physically.
Like Kiryu is very intimidating, and this Kiryu looks like, you know, you can pull him by his big ass lapels and throw him all over the place, man.
Oh well,
I don't know. We'll see.
Smaller and like a little too young.
Yeah, he looks young. He looks real young.
Young.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But I've also been with Kiryu for like 40 years of his life playing these games. So it's wild, man.
All right. Well, there you go. It comes out October 24th on Amazon. So not too long. Just got a couple of weeks. All right. That is it for us for this episode. We'll see you guys next week.
See you.
Take it easy.
Bye.